Hi, today we're going to do a tutorial on crescendos with timpani and suspended cymbal. Um, Most of this stuff you'll probably use for orchestral, film type music, but it can be used in other styles. This piece right here, it's an orchestral piece with a lot of electronic influence. So let's see a moment here when we need timpani and suspended cymbal crescendo. Here it looks like I already put something in, but let's play a little bit before. Okay, it does sound like the cymbal part is in there, so let's go over the cymbal roll. In the description below, I'll include downloads for you guys to have this too for your FL Studio. These are sound fonts, and some other music software does use sound fonts, but primarily we're going to be working with sound fonts for this. First, you need to have a sound font player that's not a demo, so make sure you have that. And then once you open the sound font, this one's called EMU Orchestral. And for the first one, we're going to open up the timpani. So if we click on the name here, we can pick out of all these instruments in the sound font. Yeah, here, there's a lot. We're going to pick timpani. And what we were going to do is, let's find out which one is a roll. Okay, a lot of these are rolls. And for this piece, it's in C minor, so we're going to pick C for the roll. Now we don't want it to play out like that, so we want it to have it crescendo. So what we're going to have to do here is make it crescendo. So to do this, you right click right there on the note properties, click channel volume, and make sure when you do the crescendo, don't start it down here or else it'll sound weird. Make sure it's at 0 for the first couple of beats, just like that. Right click and just drag, and you can do a straight line. You can move it like that, or you can free draw it using steps, but I prefer doing this. It's a lot more smooth, it sounds more real. And then after the crescendo roll ends, after this ends, you should put a downbeat where it hits. So this is another sound font called timpani, where it's just timpani notes. And since it hits on C, we'll end it on C. Now here we also added a bass drum hit. This is in the Squid Font Orchestral, and it's in the Mellow Orchestra kit, which is a percussion. I don't know why they called it that. But let's listen to this by itself. And that should work. The cymbal short here, what we're going to do here is we are going to open up Orchestral Battery sound font, and let's choose cymbals. It's already chosen here. For this, there are a bunch of different ones. There's one that actually does a short crescendo alone. It looks like it's one of these. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put this somewhere down here. It'll crescendo in to this. It'll start here, measure 1, and we'll hit measure 2. So for this, what I like to do is put the metronome on to see if it hits right on the downbeat of the second measure. So it doesn't quite fit yet, so we gotta adjust it. I think it does fit here on the and of 3. Yeah, that sounds fine. So now we're gonna mix them together. See right here, I put them here in between. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 again, the second measure. So it'll hit right there. So let's play a little bit before this. Works out perfect. Let's try a different section here. Another way to make your crescendos a lot more effective is to have like a hit like this. This is what this sounds like. See, this is a hit reversed. That's what this sounds like normally. And I think FL Studio does have a couple hits. It depends which one you download. So what you do is you reverse that and then put another hit after that. So right after this, this is what happens. So if you guys want to hear what this sounds like, we can solo these two tracks. Let's hear this. So you can see here, I mixed it with the timpani and the cymbal short. So let's go ahead and add those two just to see what that sounds like all together. And for this section, let's see what this sounds like with the full orchestra and electronic music. Okay, that seems to work. We also have other moments here where we could use maybe an extended cymbal roll. So I'm going to make one of those right here, right now. Let's put it right here. For this one, you're going to have to use a cymbal one, but this one's a little bit more complicated. So here we are at cymbals. We want to find one that's a constant cymbal sound going on. See, if we hold on to this note, it's going to be constant cymbals forever, for as long as it's held down. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay it down here, and we want it to stop here. So we're going to do the same thing like we did with the timpani. Just like that. And then just for effect, we're going to add this cymbal roll here. But that's a little too loud, so let's make it quieter with the note velocity. Let's see what this sounds like. Now, did you hear that choke in the beginning? That's because it came in a little too early. So let's move it over one. Let's see what that does. So now let's use this cymbal extended roll somewhere else. Probably somewhere around here. Let's try this. That was a little too loud because we do have the cymbal short here. It's doubled. So let's try it again. In my opinion, I wouldn't use that there, but that's how you make an extended cymbal roll. Down below, I included the downloads, so make sure you download those before trying this out. This only works for soundfonts because I don't know any other patches that have this. So the next tutorial, we'll talk about orchestral libraries that already have these. It's for people who use like East West, Vienna Symphonic Library, so stay tuned for that.